Hello, folks. We're continuing our run of the 15 most important DevOps SRE topics/tools that you should be familiar with and be able to answer some general questions or some specific questions about each topic so that you look like you have a breadth of knowledge. Today's topic is going to be number 5, scripting or bash scripting. We've covered some of these already in different in other questions that I made videos for, but we're just circling through these 15 topics so that you get a good solid foundation of all the tools that you need to be familiar with. Before I start though, please subscribe to my channel. That helps me get motivated to make videos for you folks every day. Okay, today's question on the topic of bash/scripting, shell scripting. What are some of the best practices you follow when writing a bash script to ensure that your scripts are maintainable and robust? Maintainable means you can make updates to it, right? And it's not too difficult to make updates to it. Robust means it doesn't crash, it doesn't have problems depending on scaling or depending on other things, other variables that might change. So how do we do that? Some of the things that you want to do is, first of all, write a lot of good documentation and comments in your script so that somebody who's coming after you to modify your script knows how it's set up, why you chose certain way of doing it, and what each part of the code is doing, so that it's easy to maintain, right? Somebody else could make a change to your script. It's not a mumbo jumbo of complicated spaghetti code. Second, use descriptive variable names and script names so that it's pretty clear if signing a variable to an integer that is a count of something, it should say, count of whatever, right? So that way, when somebody else is reading your code, it's very easy to follow what this variable actually means, what data is actually holding, right? Use function. This is kind of a new thing. People like me who learned bash scripting years ago, for us, functions in bash didn't even exist. Those are relatively new features. So if you're learning bash or scripting today, you should definitely be using functions just like any other programming languages. So it becomes modular. You can take a look and you can read the code architecture, code's flow. So use functions. Include error handling and retries. So that is universally true of all coding, but even in your batch scripting, if your script is relying on something else running somewhere else, right, and you're making calls to that, you should be ready that that thing might fail from time to time. So you should catch that error and then have a logic where your script doesn't just end or whatever. It does a few retries before actually saying, hey, this is not there, therefore I cannot continue. And even so, you should exit the script gracefully with a very meaningful error, right? Modular code, it's basically the same thing as functions, right? If you have multiple files, multiple scripts that come together and do one thing, either way, the different components, different parts should become module in a way, right? They should become easily visible parts as opposed to spaghetti code. Whenever possible, of course, you should one, test your own script, but also have a way where the next person who's modifying your script can also run some unit testing so that before the new changes go live, there's some level of confidence that this script is not going to break something fundamental, something it doesn't regress into a bad version of the code, right? Okay, I hope you found this video useful. I will see you in the next one.